today's video is about Max, aka Mighty Max, aka Mini Max. And Max is an Arab that I have had in training for a few years now. And when Max came, he basically didn't know anything. Like, he didn't really understand that there was a left lead and there was a right lead, and when you're going left, you should canter on the left, and when you're going right, you should canter on the right. But Max has come along faster than any horse I think I've ever trained. I think I've only had him maybe 2.5 or 3 years now, and this weekend we are doing our first I2. So he's really a special horse. He's super smart, and he's athletic, and he's willing, and I really enjoyed riding him. But my point of bringing this up is that I think oftentimes in dressage we limit ourselves to only riding or only thinking that we should be on these really fancy, really expensive horses. But that's not really the point. Maximus, don't be grumpy. Come here. Anyways, my point of sharing the story of Max with you guys is that I'm always posting, you know, the videos of Harvey and Gatsby and those horses. It's really the first time in my career that I actually have some really fancy, talented horses. Up until now, I've been, you know, riding basically all the horses no one else wants to ride. So, you know, I rode quarter horses, thoroughbreds, Arabs. I actually have an Appaloosa that I won on. But, you know, training all of these kind of, hey Max, are you going to be in the video now? This is Max. But training all of these, you know, more unusual and difficult horses that's really what makes you a good rider, you know, and that's what makes it so that when you do have a really talented horse, and a horse that's made for dressage, that you can do it. But my point is that, you know, even if you have an Arab or a Frisian or an Andalusian, don't let that be an excuse that you can't train dressage, that you can't do dressage. Max is a horse that without training, no one ever would have looked twice at. But now that, you know, he does his piaffe passage, he does his pirouettes, he does his one-tempies, he's a horse that you look at and you think like, wow, now that's a cool horse. Some people even think that he could be a warm blood because of the training, because he, you know, he's got a big passage in there, he's got a pirouette. So I hope that this is encouragement. You know, don't get discouraged just because you don't have like a super fancy horse. You have to train and ride the horse that you have. Maxie. Max is a cool horse. He's super smart, super special. And I think it's also really important that, you know, as a rider, as a trainer, that you have a growth mindset with your horse, so that you always think of, you know, what they could be. That you don't just see them for what they are today, but that you have a future image in your mind that, you know, with training, with consistency, with developing the gaits, what the horse could actually become. And that's certainly been the case with Max. Over the years, he's gotten much more expression and strength, and the quality of really all three of his gaits has improved. So I think it's easy to get caught up in, you know, well, so-and-so has a fancier horse than mine. But at the end of the day, you have to also believe in your own education, that you can develop, and you need to learn how to train every horse, all different horses, so that when one day you do get that super talented, special horse, you know, suddenly it's easy because you've trained all these horses that, you know, maybe aren't the right breed or the right conformation, or, you know, they have other limiting factors. So that's why I wanted to show you guys Max. He's really a special horse, and I'm so grateful to his owners for trusting me with his training and allowing me to, you know, do my thing and bring him up the levels. It's always really fun to take a horse from basically knowing nothing up to the Grand Prix. And I hope this encourages all of you guys too to, you know, stick with it with your horses and tell me, you know, about your story, about your horse. And I wish you all luck and enjoy the journey, because it's all about that.